Hi everyone, I want to share with you something really personal. Now, this is my personal story and how I became a holistic therapist and why do I help people like that. Now, guys, my story pretty much started a long time ago. Now, I've been through so many things. I am very happy and very grateful because I had an amazing childhood. And obviously, I was going through a lot of things with the divorce of my parents and found that I had a sister of my age and so and so. And as a child, that was really hurtful, really complicated. I never spoke about any of this with anyone. And I record myself that from very young age, extremely young age, I was already a compulsive eater. Now, what does that mean? Now, this is really personal, and I want you to understand that I never, absolutely ever spoke to anyone about this. I have done like many years of psychology, therapy, traditional therapy, different therapies back in the days when I was a kid. And I never realized it was a completely blind spot, exactly what we've been talking about it on the past video. Now, compulsive eater. If you don't know what is a compulsive eater, I can explain that to you. Now, a compulsive eater is someone that will go and eat absolutely the whole house. Everything. It's not necessarily all the time, but it does happen. And when it happens, it's absolutely uncontrollable. So, just to resume to you how this journey of dealing with eating disorders and compulsive eating and all these sort of things to you, I remember and I record myself that I was like around 8 years old, maybe, 8 years old, 9 years old. And I used to go to a friend of mine house. She was my best friend and we used to do everything together, absolutely everything. And what was happening is this: I used to love going and having dinner at her house. So as my neighbor's house, for some reason, I don't know, maybe because in my family we used to not make dinners at night and it was a little bit different, and obviously in my country things are a little bit different than in Australia, so we don't usually have dinners and stuff like that. And obviously because I came from a broken family, let's put it this way, that my parents were not together and my mom used to work crazy hours. She was around, but I spent a lot of my time with my grandmother, which is an Italian lady who thinks that you are skinny all the time and you need to eat and shovel food on you. So she's done the best she could. My grandma eats my everything. Absolutely love her. But I was always constantly eating a lot. Let's put it this way. Now, in my friend's place, when she used to invite me to eat, and I remember they were like such a nice and kind family, really polite. And this family, they used to eat like normal people, right? I used to think oh my God, I can't eat much. I wanna eat the whole pizza, but I can't do that because what they're gonna think about me. So that was such a conflict inside of myself, and it's unbelievable, crazy what your brain creates and how you feel as a kid in regards to something like that, right? The thing is, my compulsive eating journey started at that time, and I absolutely never realized that before. It was probably triggered before, which is still something I'm healing from, and I working on it because I need to access deep down my early age, and I don't have this information yet for you, but it's a healing process. The thing is this, I used to like be crazy about the food, and I wanted to eat so desperately a bit more and a bit more and a bit more, and because they all like it's normal, like normal people, and they just like finish and that's it, I did not want to ask for more. But when I get home, I used to go absolutely crazy. No one would see it because I used to do it in a way that nobody would see it. So I would go in the kitchen and just grab some stuff and then just keep eating and binging, and it was just crazy. Now, when I was at my grandma's house, I didn't have to do that because constantly she was like, just take more, take this, take that, you grab at this, grab this. And I have to tell you, I did not have the most healthier childhood because it was a lot of chocolate, soft drinks, bread all over the place in many different ways, unhealthy. Not saying that breads are not good, please don't take me wrong, okay? What I'm saying is that wasn't the most, it was a lot of pasta, of course, because I have an Italian background, and anyway, it was just the way I saw food for some reason as a comfort, or for the fact that I was restricted in my brain, that this would trigger a compulsive eating disorder. Now that carry on and moved up all the way to my teenager dreams. And the teenager dreams were like unbelievable. And I found a boyfriend when I was 16, and I was with this guy who was a beautiful person, a really nice person, and he was a professional model. Always around these beautiful girls, all skinny, amazing. And from being a compulsive eater, I turned up to freak out and became an anorexic. Now, this is the pattern that was happening through life, and that carried on over and over and over for many years up until now, which I'm going to explain to you very soon. Now, with that, it was really a big struggle because I was studying crazy hours to get in a university to be able to study dentistry. So I had to kill myself study a lot, studying so much, because it was a hard university to get in. And I was obsessed with that goal. So I carry on and pushing it through. But in the meantime, I wasn't eating anymore. So the compulsive eating was still there, because even when I got anorexic, I had times that I used to pretty much get one specific time and go crazy and eat everything. The only problem with that was that I became addicted to laxatives to be able to clean up myself internally, because that was not good when you are a compulsive eater and you are anorexic at the same time. How can you be that? How can you do that? It was in contradiction, right? Yeah. So look, I talk about that nowadays because this is something that I have managed to overcome and clean up, so I don't have any feelings, and I'll tell you how I manage that. This is my journey. Please understand that. I'm not saying you have to do this. I'm not saying you have to follow the path that I've done to overcome. Please, if you have any sort of eating disorders, you need to go and see a proper doctor. Yeah, because if it wasn't for the help of my beautiful mom, an amazing nutritionist, and some doctors, that I probably wouldn't be here right now. So this is my journey. Now I'm sharing it with you because there is hope. That's all I can tell you. So short story, let's carry on because the thing carry on going. After this, I used to, when I was anorexic and I did not want to eat, I didn't want to get close to food as much, apart from like having some binging or compulsive eating every now and then I had to go crazy about laxatives. I used to pretty much get the food, wait for my mom to get out, and I used to eat in the bedroom because I didn't want anyone to see what I was doing. And instead of eating, I put the food under my bed. And when my mom leaves for work, because she was working crazy hours, 60 hours a day, even more sometimes, and it was just me and her, because at that time my brother was already out of the house living with his girlfriend. My dad wasn't around. It was really complicated things with my father as well, and I used to do that. So pretty much no one was watching me or seeing what I was doing. So I started losing my weight to the point that I couldn't focus anymore. I fainted so many times, so I didn't have reserves. Did not look like really bad physically. I was really skinny, but wasn't that bad. But internally, I was dying. I was lucky enough to have my mom, even not all the time with me, she had noticed that something wasn't right. So she took me to a nutritionist. And that nutritionist was my angel. I was obviously very sick in the head because I couldn't see the same way as she was saying, yeah? I couldn't think the way she was thinking. So the thing was, when I got to this nutritionist, she came straight forward to me and said, look, we done like a lot of medical exams and things were going really bad, and she was like, if you carry on this way, you got two ways: or you die, or you're gonna have leukemia or something is not right, because I did not have the reserves, and so yeah. And she was like, I'm gonna give you this option: or you follow exactly what I'm asking you to do to help yourself, and trust me, this is what she said to me, trust me, you're not gonna get fat. That is terrible to say, because, you know, in my brain that was something couldn't be possible. You're not gonna get like this, you're not gonna get unhealthy, you're gonna look healthy and lean. But you gotta trust me and do what I say to you so you can be good again. Or I'm gonna put you straight in a hospital. My sick brain and my sick mind told me, if I go to the hospital, they're going to give me things on my vein, which is going to make me blow up and not be good at all. And that was freaking me out. So instead of thinking about that I needed help, because physically and mentally, let's put it this way, I just thought, in order for me to not blow up and, you know, be big or change the way I look, I am going to follow what this lady is saying, because I don't want to go to the hospital. It's going to be more messy if I do that. That is a really sick mind distortion. The way I used to see myself was completely different. I did not see that I was not well at that point in time. But I knew that something needed to be done, and my mom was on my back as well. So I started doing it, and also because I needed energy. I had a bigger goal, which was get in the university to become a dentist at that point in time, which I ended up doing and spending 3 years of my life studying and so, but it wasn't meant to be for me for many reasons, and that's another conversation. Now, the thing is, I'm very grateful nowadays, because if I did not have these people watching me, pushing me through, then obviously I had a psychologist helping me at that time, and so, which was different style of therapy, and everything was completely different than what I do and teach nowadays to people. I wouldn't be here. So I'm very grateful. Now, if you know someone that is being through something like that and is struggling, or even if they're not noticing that and they need help, please reach out. Reach out, hold their hands, and don't let them fall hard, because the fall can never come back. They can really hurt themselves. And I'm so grateful that I have people like this with me. And I would like to inspire and get other people to help the struggles. It's amazing that obviously through the years I changed careers and I became a personal trainer, and I was working in the fitness industry for a long time, and then I became a competitor in terms of bodybuilding for quite a bit. And the only reason why I was actually getting into this was because it keeps my mind on track. Look how ironic is that? And then obviously I have to be extremely strict with food, and that went on and on and on until I was 30 somethings. Yeah, because now I'm like 37. I love competing, but it goes out of alignment with some beliefs that I have nowadays in terms of health and mindset and my body soul. Totally admire who does that. However, the interesting thing about fitness industry is 95% of girls who are involved into competitions, they had some sort of eating disorders in the past, or some sort of visual distortion about themselves. How insane is this? So when you compete, you get to focus. You have to follow something. You have to eat in a certain way. You have to train in a certain way. That keeps you on track. But if mentally you're not strong enough, when the competition finishes, you can suffer, because the struggle is real. The struggle is real. Now, it's amazing that obviously there are some positive things in regards to that when we talk about getting into fitness competitions and stuff like that. But also, if you're not ready, then please be careful, because it can mess up with your head a lot. And if you are a person that already suffer from eating disorders, and you suffer from compulsive eating, and you suffer from visual distortion, about body vision distortion, then you have to be really careful. If you are not mentally, emotionally healed, then that could be a trigger for causing more trouble or bringing back into your life. Now, for me, I have noticed that, my emotional state, my emotional side, it does trigger the way I eat. It does trigger the way I eat a lot. So as for other people out there in the world. Now, what I found that did help me, and help me to control and to actually stop being such a freak in terms of training, in terms of food, because I was extremely restricted. I was so restricted for so many years in fitness. And I can tell you this is not good. It's not good for your brain, it's not good for your mind, it's not good for your health, it's not good for your body. What happens in it when you are restricted. If you balance your life, and when I talk about balance is clean up the emotional junk. There is a technique that I teach called tapping. A lot of people don't believe, and a lot of people don't know about it, and a lot of people do believe. So I'll leave up to you whatever you think. The name of this technique is Emotional Freedom Technique. It's unbelievable, amazing. And since I started using more and more and more, I started looking younger. I don't work as hard for physical appearance. I control the way I eat in a much better way. It's like I don't have to make things so hard. Life is not hard. It just goes with the flow. I eat what I feel like, and obviously I do have a great background in regards to what is healthy, what is good, what is not for my body type. This is something that you need to learn as well, and we can talk about it in another time. But it's all about getting knowledge. And the EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, is fantastic. It's just amazing. I use other healing therapies and I work on self-development a lot. But that's me. It doesn't mean that you guys have to do it. But this is what I teach. This is how I get people understanding that they can live a balanced life, have the body they want. It's all about self-love, self-acceptance, forgiveness, gratitude, and applying some techniques, how the EFT, for example, that I can go through in another video and give you some tips about it. That is fantastic. So since there, I have been living a balanced life. If I feel like eating something that is not as healthy, I eat. I don't feel guilty about it, and that's the key point. If you feel guilty about it, you trigger the stress hormones. When you trigger the cortisol, then you mess up everything. Okay? I'm not gonna get deep into this information, but living in peace, having a lifestyle that keeps your energy and your vibration high in happiness, calm, joy, that creates balance in life. You don't need food for comfort, how I used to have it. If the emotions are in balance, you learn that you don't need to go crazy and eat everything in one go, how I used to do. And sometimes I get triggered to do that again, and then I get back into my techniques and think like, wow, it's just like, feels like my body don't need this anymore. It's all about learning about your body, learning about your mind, learning about different things you can use to heal emotion, heal emotional junk. What goes in your head is what triggers your thoughts, your feelings. This is what triggers you with compulsive eating, eating disorders, and so and so. Now, hope this video helped you to understand that there is hope. And if you know someone that needs help, please don't hesitate to reach out to them, because they might need and they don't know, and they won't ask for help. I can guarantee you, because I would never ask for help. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like at the bottom of this video if you want to know more. There are more in regards to my life story. I've been through so much more in life, but I just wanted to talk to you about this specific thing that it relates to physical appearance, mental issues, health, because that is important. And a lot of young teenagers go through this, and sometimes new moms as well. That triggers depression, that triggers anxiety, stress, that triggers a lot of things. Okay? Another thing, if you don't know about that, flower essence, that is fantastic for helping you with physical, mental, spiritual, emotional issues that you have. I use that to help me to recover from compulsive eating as well, and most of all for anorexia. So this is my tip. And guys, if you didn't subscribe, please subscribe on this video below, and I will talk to you in another time. Hope you enjoy it. Bye.